Hello everyone, if you need to replace the starter motor in your Toyota MR2 Roadster, you have come to the right place. We're looking at the starter motor here. Firstly, remove the electrical connection that is at the base of the oil filter. Tuck that out of the way and keep it safe. Secondly, there is an electrical connection at the starter motor itself. Remove that. Then there's a black plastic dust cap that comes off, and there's a 12mm nut just here to remove. I'm taking that off with a 1/4" drive socket. And then as far as removing the starter motor from the base goes, there's 2 bolts. One bolt is on this side, the other bolt is on the bell housing. I'll film that separately. That's the one on this side, and it needs a 14mm socket to remove it. Okay, so on the opposing side from the starter motor, underneath the engine mount, we have the bell housing. I needed to use a 1/2" drive ratchet, 14mm again, and that is the nut that you need to crack off. Okay, for me, even with all the bolts removed, it still didn't come out. So I got a 6mm cold chisel and I started tapping the starter motor from the bottom upward as far away from the gearbox as possible to get leverage on it. So you can see from those fresh marks inside there where I jammed the cold chisel and started tapping away. It was a small hammer and I just tapped harder and harder until eventually you could see a crease opening up in here between the gearbox and the starter motor, and eventually it just popped. And now, although it's not a straightforward drop out, in a Corolla you lift it up, but in an MR2 you have to drop it out the bottom. Okay. And there we go. It's out. That is what you're working with, and you can put a replacement in. If you need to buy a starter motor and you're not sure which one, pause this photograph and search online for the part number in orange.